Today's Wednesday the 4th. There is this looming energy of completion. The moon is in Libra. Venus is about to exit Aries and enter Taurus on the 6th, Friday. And we're waiting for Jupiter to complete its year-ish long transit in Gemini and enter Cancer on Monday. So there's a lot of shifting right now between Gemini to Cancer. There's also a lot of complication with Aries. With that being said, there's looming questions around timing and completion. When will something be complete? When will something happen? There might be some stalling, there might be some impatience, and there might be some pressing, some rushing energy, some frustration, resentment building. Knight of Swords, the Hierophant. There's a lesson at play for most of the collective around safety. This is specifically coming up on the feminine side, psychosomatically, I'm sensing. I will say there are energies present that don't want you to be where you are. They're presenting as supportive. They're presenting as some form of assistance. But they don't actually want you to be where you are. And they're aiding and abetting. They're aiding in some sort of stalling for you. You also have a lot of ancestors present, is what I'm hearing, that are assisting with some things behind the scenes to help complete and tie up some loose ends, but maybe also unravel some knots. So take that as that resonates. But there's quite a bit happening all at once. This is also an aspect of Gemini. So if you feel like you're a bit overwhelmed in what's happening and there's just too much for you to wrap your mind around right now, you're not alone. And this is going to shift around the 9th and 10th after Mercury and Jupiter both move from Gemini to Cancer. But we still have the Sun in Gemini through the 20th. So we've got a shift until Cancer season begins. With Gemini, we've got this kind of like back and forth energy with the shift from Gemini to Cancer. With that being said, some people feel very cut off from their heart space because of the looming Gemini energy. Jupiter's not happy in Gemini. And we have been in a sort of societal fall despite any planets that have been in a state of fall. Despite any planets at their detriment, despite any dark night of the soul going on, societally we've been in a fall. There has been release, there has been massive completions in multiple factors and areas all at one time. But completion with Pisces present, the North Node of Pisces, looks messy. So you don't always know that something's completing. It might look like something is working against you, when in reality there's a lot of things around it that are assisting you, and it just takes a bit longer to get to the outcome you desire. So that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at something that you have been working diligently at, tirelessly on. I'm hearing some of you are very exhausted in your efforts. And there looks like there's some support here that's not as supportive as it seems. I think a lot of this has to do with Leo. So I would look at aspects of Leo. I would also manage, there's something about managing your sense of playfulness. How much are you allowing yourself to have fun? How much are you enjoying the process of something that you're in? And how much are you able to look at something through more of a childlike perspective? That in itself is going to shift the narrative. Not just the narrative, but you might be able to discern better who's on your side and who isn't. But I do see ancestors present here as well, who are assisting in the background to ensure something is helping you and assisting you. Now this looks different for everyone. Some of you guys are working through generational traumas, so that can complicate this process. We're not going to get into an ancestral reading here. I just want to mention that those of you who know you have ancestors helping you, they are there. Not always for the reasons that you think is what I'm hearing as well. So some of you guys, there's something about healing generational traumas and not necessarily fully trusting the ancestors, but there's like double-edged sword type situation there, where both are learning, both are healing, you and your ancestors, both are making sacrifices to complete things, and things aren't always as cut and dry as you might think, and trauma can make that hard to see sometimes as well. So anyway, they just want me to say that. That being said, there are some other energies and spirits present that feel like are working against you. These might seem like infernals or dementors. This feels like dark energies, and they feel like they're masked dark energies. They feel like they could be not only complicating situations, but masking your energy in some way, eclipsing your energy rather in some way. So be mindful of this, and again, go back to that Leo energy in order to gain clarity on it. Maybe just do your shadow work using Leo from the aspects of playfulness rather than courage and bravery. This is more so about lightening up to get the clarity you need right now, rather than working really hard. Wow. As I open the deck, we have the Devil and the Lover's card coming out. Something is split down the middle, is what I'm hearing. Underneath the Devil's card is Justice. Something is split down the middle. We're completing something, I'm hearing, on the level of the game that you are not quite fully aware of. So take that as that resonates for you. If you're moving higher, this could be something in higher realms. If you're moving lower, this could be something in lower realms. This could be something that you did not realize was going on in another timeline. Something in the astral plane. But this, for a lot of you guys, is subconscious rewiring. Just take it as that, if you want to simplify this message. And something is completing around the way that you access help. Again, the main two cards to come out in the beginning of this reading, 8 of Pentacles and 2 of Cups. Something is shifting in the way that you access help. And this is also affecting and changing, shifting the way that you connect with people. And all of this is rooted in a subconscious belief and probably some ancestral stuff as well. So lots of complications there, lots of strings attached, where we're either having to tie up loose strings or unravel some knots. So take that as that resonates, but some things are definitely a lot more complicated right now than they will be in the next coming days. So again, if you feel like this is insane. I don't know how to deal with this. It's just too much. Give it a couple of days, okay? But in the meantime, focus on playfulness. How can you be more playful, and how can you come to peace with something that is being handled behind the scenes? Because you're a part of this process, but your mindset plays a very key role in how easy or difficult this passing of time is. I really want to focus on what comes after this though, but let me see if there's anything else they want me to speak on with this. Again, the deception, the Seven of Swords, this trickster energy at play, the Dementors, Infernal. Something that is complicating the process right now. Again, if we're talking spirits here, but take what resonates for you. Something is complicating a process of completion here because it thinks it will get off easy if it takes a route against you or uses you or plays some kind of game with you. And what it is learning a lesson around right now is where its control lies and where that line is being drawn. And it feels like part of this is based on your growth. Something can't cross a line anymore the way it used to. And right now it's getting a realization about time added to its own plans for crossing that line after some test or karmic lesson has been completed. It's like you have learned some lesson here, you've completed some task, you've paid some kind of debt, and this energy continues to cross the line. So if you feel like things aren't going in your favor, if you feel like things keep getting pushed back, dates keep getting pushed back, if you're keeping told to wait, this is actually in your highest good. They're pushing some kind of envelope here, thinking that something is going to happen in their favor in the future, or this is going to work for them in some way, or it's going to cut off some kind of, it's going to clear some debt or something like that. It's not. It's actually going to add to it, is what I'm getting with this. So someone is going through a really hard lesson when it comes to, again, like where they can and can't cross the line anymore. Part of the reason why this person is acting this way is it seems like they have a fear of independence, to be quite frank. This is codependency. This is codependency. This energy is used to masking its needs, to seem like it's empowered, to seem like it's in control, and to seem like it's very put together. But beneath the surface, it's panicked, it's stressed, it's uncomfortable, and it feels inferior, to be quite frank. But this energy shows up as the King of Cups here. And I'm hearing, I am frankly out of line. Someone is way out of line in something. And this could be someone putting pressure on you. This could be someone saying things that are inappropriate. And and not necessarily the way you think. Like, this could be someone suggesting inappropriate actions for you to take that would be really devastating to your future, like bad advice. This could be someone who, but they keep on such a good face as they do it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's something about like, I think this would really be the best route for you, but like low key, they're intimidated by you. That's a terrible piece of advice that they're giving you, and they're like squirming in their seat is what I'm getting here. And I think some of you guys are aware of this, or you're starting to become aware of it, and it is becoming more and more not only uncomfortable but just irritating. That it like, it's not even the audacity, it's like you're joking, right? It's like that kind of energy. Like I hope that's just like a really bad joke, because I think there's something about this that's just like their insignificance is proving itself to them, and that's what's killing them. And so it's like they've gotten away with all kinds of games and tactics in the past, and they're no longer working. So this is in some kind of fog at the moment, because it's not fully clear. This is the kind of person that wouldn't reveal to you that they're upset or that they feel devastated. This is the kind of person that would really kind of keep any kind of emotional disturbance under wraps. But behind the scenes, they're in quite the frenzy and panic, and they're they're just kind of shuffling things around and trying to fix something that can't be fixed. And I think it's because someone tried to pass on a certain level for a very long time that they didn't deserve, and I'm hearing some of you guys feel framed by this person, like you were framed in a situation for something that they were actually responsible for, and something's going to be coming back around for them. So this justice is happening as we speak, but we can't fully see it yet. So your best advice, again, and I think the problem is many of you guys are being called to step into this Emperor energy, to take charge, to maintain authority in your reality and your choices, and to keep calm. But in doing that, with everything you have going on, again, it's pushing the bravery, courage side of Leo, and it's taking away from the fun and fulfillment. And the more and more you get exhausted by this process of trying to maintain your authority while this person is scraping an empty barrel of your of your willpower, when it comes to that, like, they used to get away with that, do you know what I'm saying? But it's like you've got all of your willpower in your own hands. It feels like they used to have some of your willpower in theirs. They're scraping this empty barrel of like, how can I take their willpower from them? And it's no longer there in their hands anymore. And they're coming to an exhaustion as well. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of truce here. And by the end of this, there's going to be some kind of truce where this energy exits and you continue on. The problem right now is the juggling and the maybe obsessive thinking. Your emotions are getting caught up in all of this. You could be overindulging in some kind of trying to figure something out, or some kind of bad coping mechanism to deal with the exhaustion. But where this could just be coming from like a bunch of different third parties. That's the other thing. Some of you guys, it's just like this kind of energy, this dynamic is coming from so many angles right now. And it's like, whoa, too much. When is this gonna end? This is gonna end very soon, is what I'm hearing. This is under wraps as we speak. And again, most of this is out of your control at this point. So the best thing that you can do, exactly, the moon, the best thing that you can do is, with the Lover's card in the future position, keep your head up And again, do shadow work on playfulness and why you're having a hard time with playfulness and lightheartedness, and start incorporating that more and more into your routine and into your mindset shifting, because this really is about keeping your head up when this energy is like, again, scraping an empty barrel, and it's like playing itself essentially, but it's loud. It's loud, and it has the ability to exhaust you if you allow it. So the more you can be playful with it, the less it will exhaust you. It's not easy, but it is doable. Now, with that being said, I do sense a crown breakthrough coming soon. So this could be a crown activation for some of you guys, or it could be an unblocking of your crown. So there is something with the color purple and violet and the crown chakra, and some kind of activation and some kind of closure when it comes to something, or release when it comes to something. As I say that, we have clearing coming through the solar plexus specifically, and I'm getting sensations of your energy coming back into your energy field is what I'm getting with this. But I'm sensing some of you guys have been holding injustice that wasn't 100% yours. You've been holding it either for someone else, or someone has been bypassing your energy and putting their shame and their defeat and their inferiority complex on you in your energy field. It's kind of like bullying, right? It is a very easy and cut and dry example of this in real life. For some of you, this is a huge process when it comes to your financial abundance and the next steps with that process of manifestation. For others, this is a huge step when it comes to manifesting love. It's like the snakes are behind you is what I'm hearing. So we have some sneaky, deceitful type dynamics leaving your life. And it's like we won't return to this realm again, or it won't have the same effect on you again. But something must submit to its fall. And I really do think this is specifically a masculine collective, but something must submit to its fall, and it's really clinging to money right now and abundance, or overflow. It's as if I can't have overflow, I can't let you go. If I don't have an overflow of abundance, if I don't have an excess of abundance, I can't let you off the hook. I'm going to keep trying to deceive you. That's where the line is being drawn. That's where the justice is at play. This isn't going to continue, although again, it might be painting the picture as if it is. It might try to create that, yeah, it's like a green screen. Some of these energies are trying, but they just can't handle that sense of inferiority complex. They can't handle their insecurities in the face of your confidence. It is putting them in a state of regression. They're falling back into childhood wounds in a way that they couldn't have fought against or planned for. So that's gonna push them off is what I'm getting here. I'm hearing something seems so staged right now. Clarify that. Something seems so staged when it comes to how justice is being handled. There is some refusal to surrender from these energies that it almost is goofy. There's something like it's so satirical. Yeah. So, you could be watching these energies battle themselves and just kind of sitting back in disbelief at how insane it is. It's like a circus. So, again, it feels like you don't have to do much when it comes to standing your ground. It might seem like you do, but it feels like you have to do a lot less when it comes to standing your ground. And the work really lies in having fun, being fulfilled with the process. This is also a key to Jupiter or Cancer. Being fulfilled with the process at hand is what is going to continue its expansion in the direction you want. Otherwise, it's going to expand in the direction you don't want. So the biggest key here is to not get pulled into this infernal, into this person's demons or whatever. Again, this could be a collective, this can be multiple people you're running into. This could be all kinds of situations. Like I said, some of you guys, this isn't one specific person. This is just you keep butting heads with these masculines, and it's like one after another, after another, after another, and it's insane. Like the things that come out of their mouths, the ways that they act, the ways that they're treating situations. It could just be almost like unbelievable, and you might feel like you're going crazy. Like, am I crazy because this keeps happening? No, that's the whole illusion. And it's happening to swallow them, not you. Can you see that? Now what comes next? The betrayal. Someone's saying, I see. When I fall, she rises. There's a masculine realizing they have to fall for you to rise, and that's exactly why the things have been the way they've been. So they could have been blaming you for the problems in your life, when in reality they played a huge part in causing them. They played a huge part in lending to that energy, and they're having this baffling realization that their existence in your reality as was actually the problem. They were the problem. It's like someone didn't realize how much pressure they put on you, how much they were projecting, or how intense their projections were affecting you, how much their lies and deceit were affecting you and taking from you. And it's funny because I think a lot of you seem valuable to this person, as if you add more money to a situation, you add more glamour to a situation, you look good in their life, not realizing that their existence in yours was taking from that glamour, taking from that money, taking from that wealth and that success that they were using as some kind of crutch, or to build their own image, to feed their ego. Whatever it was, this person does not realize that it's a lose-lose situation for them and you to be together. So here comes the betrayal, the grief, heartbreak. When someone realizes this can't be, at least not with the way I am. So I can't lie, so I can't deceive, so I can't play these games and win. And maybe somebody got away with it for a while, where you were able to make enough money, or you were able to still look good, or you were able to, but now it's starting to show that that's like, it's weighing on your energy, it's weighing on your physical health, it's weighing on your resources in such an obvious way. That's how the universe is getting them to fall. The best way I can really, what is that movie, Death Becomes Her? You can't have your cake and eat it too when you didn't even bake the cake. There's something about this. You can't have the cake and eat it too when you had no part in baking it, paying for it, gathering the resources. You played no part in the cake process whatsoever. So you can't have the whole cake and eat it. And death becomes her is it is the first thing that I can think of where they get the glamour potion to have beauty forever. And they end up killing each other because of it. And destroying their beauty because of it. It feeds into greed and envy and all this stuff, right? And in lust, and it just becomes this constant down spiral from the point that they access. You get the cake when you didn't do anything for the cake, and it quickly becomes a robbing Peter to pay Paul situation, right? You're picking up things to make up for what's falling out of your hands, and it's because there was no balance in this. Someone's realizing that there was no balance in a relationship or a dynamic here, and they don't even like what they see that they were originally liking in you or benefiting off of in you. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't even like it anymore. They're not enjoying it. It's not working in their favor anymore. And I think for a lot of you guys, this has deteriorated your situation in some way. And the only way to get them out, because they were so parasitic for so long, the only way to completely free you of that virus, not only get the parasite out, but all of the venom and all of the way in which it's siphoned from you, was to take more to make you an unfavorable host. Once you are no longer a favorable host to them, they no longer want you, right? But that's not true for a lot of you guys. You still have something they want, except for the thing that you have now, they can't have. And it is your character, your spiritual gifts, your magic, your talent. It's something that they can no longer touch. Your love is something like that. So while something may have been taken from you in the process of removing this parasite, trust that it's going to be returned in some form. But for now, know that whatever has been lost, whatever you are working on retrieving or fixing or putting back together in your life, it will come back together in the best way. But right now, the main focus from the universe's angle is getting this parasite off and keeping you on track with the path that you were meant to be on. So some of you guys, this could be you were completely off path because of this parasite and you're being completely redirected. And for others, you're having to pause on something that you really want and you've worked hard on to maintain the course. So whichever one, we're gonna do 2 readings for each. If you're being redirected, we're gonna do a reading for you guys. And then if you are having to pause for something that you've worked really hard on, we're gonna do a reading for that collective. This energy is sitting and looming. So I'm gonna see what else is going on here. It's clearing, it's coming and going and coming and going. It doesn't like my math. Yes, obviously. This energy wants clarity as well on its existence, and that is not, I'm hearing that is not for me to disclose. This energy wants clarity on what happens in their path, what works for them. I'm hearing that is not for you to disclose. So we're gonna clear this energy out. It is terrified. It's terrified. No, because that's why. This energy, this person is entering some kind of initiation. That's why. The moon path. That's why I'm not allowed to disclose any further information about what comes next, because this is an initiation path that this masculine collective is going on. So, again, they're not all bad people, but some of them are bad. Some of them have done some really harm, like serious harm. For others, they're in fall. So again, I want to clarify that. Not all of them. For some, this is a childhood wound that has to be healed for them to continue forward. For others, there's been something that they have. I mean, either way, there is obviously karma. I'll just say that. But for some, this is like a malignant person in many ways. For others, this is someone who's not necessarily like a terrible person, but they're working through a deep trauma. And so either way, I can't disclose what comes next because it has a lot to do with some kind of initiation that they're going to be going on. Okay, anything else? Something is being protected across the board here, so there is nothing to fear. But if you've been hearing a lot of like fuck around and find out, or let go or be dragged, this is that moment when the universe steps in and does it. This is that moment where the cutoff happens. This feels like it could have been going on for years. For some of you, you've been working through this specifically over the past year or so, like since the Jupiter transit in Gemini. It could have started around the Aries North Node and Libra South Node. This is a completion that's finalizing on that transit as well. So specifically the last year and a half, almost 2 years for some. But for others, this might resonate as something you've dealt with since you were a kid, and it's like finalizing in some form. Like you've healed something deeply. So again, take what resonates. On that note, they want me to close the book and do the next reading for the two collectives. So go check that out. Collective 1, you will be the one who is starting a new path and is being completely redirected in your life right now. Collective 2, you are the one that is on a pause. See you there.